Hi everyone, welcome to Dice and Dynamics. We are a live play here on Twitch. We do Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and we put the dice in the dynamics, and the dynamics in the
The dice.
dice.
That's
Fun.
true. That is true. And if you or the large corporate conglomerate you represent want to have such fabulous ad reads, we could make sure that Fish would do that for you. I am Jason, the dungeon master for the retelling of the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus Wizards of the Coast module. Heavily edited for the purposes of making it fun. And yeah. Oh, uh, fuck. Chat GPT. This is just a me knocking AI generated bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We are not AI positive in this household.
We are not. AI misgendered literally half of my characters. I just had to know what it would think they were, and it was wrong 90% of the time. It was great. So, anyways, last we left our heroes, we were on the plain of Avernus after sending the damned citizens of El Terrell back to the prime material with Traxagor, a mage from Candlekeep. Um, Likewise, a figure from Olden's past and a mage in his own right, Mordenkainen, met the party. And the party set out into the Avernian wastes. On top of a war machine once belonging to a warlord named Smiler the Defiler. There was some travel, and the party learned about the harshness of the Avernian wastes, and eventually arrived at the Bronze Citadel. The Bronze Citadel being a powerful infernal city tucked between two towering mountains with some volcanic activity present in both. And in going through the motions of learning about the Bronze Citadel, it becomes very clear that it's a trade and commerce hub, and that it is operated by Bell, the devil behind the war machines and the soul coins upon which they run. The group took a bit of time and went to the House of Readers and met or learned about the contract readers who make sure that infernal contracts are fair and executed to the letter. Um, and then, at which point, they set off towards the central tower of the Bronze Citadel, due to its proximity to the banking district at the base of it. And that is where we will pick up.
So we're going in to to get a bank account and also get some chits, right?
As far as I know, yeah, that's the general plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that, we've got to find a place to stay so that we can rest up and get conditioned air in us.
Oh god, that sounds so nice. Yeah. And then we also need to go back to the readers to get the mug and also go find and see if we can find some tea somewhere before we go over to the forest place.
Wouldn't
Yes.
wouldn't we
On
want
brambles.
wouldn't we want to go
Yeah.
to forest so we don't lose the items we buy?
What do you mean?
If we
Like go there so that
No, go ahead. You understand.
like going there beforehand so that way we don't accidentally like lose the items that we buy in the citadel, so that way like they're safe basically. but I don't think that's
Well, why
necessary.
wouldn't we just
Really
take
cool
the
small
stuff
things.
that we have back to the hill machine and take it with us when we go down to the bone brambles?
Yeah, like I could just keep them in the bag of holding, so they'll be safe.
It was an idea, that's all.
Okay,
No,
quick question.
worth thinking about.
How are we getting the chits?
Um,
I
maybe.
would presume that if we go, we can ask exactly how money exchange works.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
sounds
see if they'll
good.
take gold.
Yeah, maybe maybe there's a gold exchange.
Yeah, because like I imagine like they might not use the gold currency themselves, but maybe they can like melt them down for like stuff. Maybe pretty sure it's like mainly gold they still use. I haven't swapped. Uh, but yeah, so let's go do that and not hopefully talk to Belle because that sounds like a lot.
We make our way downtown.
Walking
Yeah, I was
fast.
really surprised by how kind of ugly Bell sounded. I did not like his tone.
Yeah,
It
he
felt
sounds like
a douche, right? It felt
yeah,
slimy.
He sounds like someone that just has a lot of money, if I'm being honest.
yeah. That's how they sound.
No, 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 no. Silk has had a lot of money. Silk has didn't sound like that.
Yeah, but also I don't think Silk is like came from money
He
from the
sounded
sounds
like
of
a
it.
bitch. He didn't sound like a douchebag.
It's a clear distinction.
No, I
Mm.
feel like Silka's came from a lot of money. He kind of had the I mean, his dad was a chemist. Do you know how much chemists make?
I mean, it depends on what field they're in, because like if it's like on an educational
Well,
side,
they're in the field of chemistry. Duh.
Is that a euphemism for the fact that he was a drug dealer?
or a prostitute, one of the two.
Silka's
Well, I
definitely
mean,
was. I don't think chemist was. Was he a drug seller? I think so. I do think so. I do agree with. I do reckon he
Mhm.
was. Well, he was
Uh,
Yeah,
also doing
that
like
his
underground.
wait. His name was chemist.
Yeah, no shit. Like literally chemist.
that's
Literally
is that
chemist.
I,
like? Are you sure it wasn't like there's like an underground like underdark like translation?
No, no. See, I asked Vicarious, and he said no. His name is chemist. Like he does have a name, but he wasn't telling his kids that. You don't
but
call
the,
your.
but
You don't like your
also
kids don't.
his occupation. Is this one of those things where you know, like if you are a grave digger, your name becomes Diggerson?
Yeah.
well, yeah, I presume it's something like that. Well,
Right.
that's
It's
kind
kind
of
of.
weird.
Well, I feel like maybe in the
Does his wife
maybe
call him chemist?
Wait, does that
I
mean
don't
like
know.
Osmond is like the underdark translation of chemist? Like or like chemist's son?
No, that's definitely not. See, Drow last names. You've got Oz, and that's the clan. All of your ancestors share that, and then you've got the apostrophe, and then the word that follows after that indicates the grouping. So my husband's name was Deathrez because he came from the Drow clan, duh, and then Threz to initiate that he came from the matriarch Threzons. Are you following?
Ah. Yeah,
Are you
yeah, yeah,
following?
yeah.
Is That's interesting. Do you think many surface drow drop that initial indicator, perhaps to assimilate? I've
Maybe.
not really encountered many drow with those name
I
identifiers.
definitely think. I mean, there's
Mm.
totally like a process where you hit the surface and you take. I mean, for example, my husband Vicarious just went by whatever first name he cooked up, and then Derek because that's the closest name to Death Res he could find.
Mm. Yeah, because there is like Jaraxel Benair. Like he does go by Benair, so maybe there was like a thing in front of that at some point in time, and or maybe he just came up with it on his own. 'Cause this is like a pretty
Well,
fancy
I
way.
think that sometimes if you're a matriarch and you want to start your own clan, then you're just gonna make yourself a name. You know?
I would
Oh,
hate
that's
to be doing census records because you walk up to a house and you go, okay, is Jonathan Bell still living here? And they go, oh, nope, Jonathan Bell was killed in the last family killings. We're under an entirely different matriarch right now. Jonathan Bell hasn't been here since a week. And then actually, because you mentioned Jonathan Bell, we have to kill you now for dishonoring the current matriarch.
is this
So,
actually how it works, or is this just like what they say about Drow?
oh no, Drow are totally just like killing each other like all the time. I
No,
mean,
they're
that's why
not.
Silk is like that.
I think that this Silkhez might have just been a contract killer, if I'm being
Okay,
honest.
you know what, Siobhan? Siobhan, have you been to the Underdark?
Have you?
I mean, I
Yeah.
have, but like only on the dwarven side, and they're really racist.
I have many dwarf friends.
I have, yeah. You don't want to hear what they said about Drow, and yeah,
Well, I do know that. I do know that there's like centuries of like blood war happening between dwarves and drow.
yeah.
And
It's
also the
not
gnomes are
great.
just like really horribly caught in the gnomes are really just horribly caught in the middle of it
I feel
all.
like that's true of like every single gnome ever. Like if there's ever just something happening, there's some like gnome ward worker who's like getting conscripted.
Yeah, like
You
like
know,
did you hear about like the one? Because there's this Volker, I'm forgetting her name, but like she like saved like a bunch of people from this flood, and then like she went off to like Chult, and then like we never heard of her again until like I think I heard like about her like in the like
Did she
adventure
get married
paper
to
for
that one
Hollow.
Chultan like noble or something?
no, I'm
Well,
pretty sure
according
she got a happy ending. I think
according to like the gossip rags, she ends up with like 5 different guys, like together, all like happily.
you know what?
Uh,
Good for her.
honestly, yeah. Like,
I feel like that's what
It sounds exhausting.
um I think Jeremina like loops around the group to like slap Rhea on the back. Um Rhea, Rhea, that was really fucking funny. Good job. Good job, buddy. Good job. That was good. That was good. That sounds exhausting. Sure is. Sure is.
Uh, I think we're here, and she'll
oh,
point up,
Oh,
and you've all
oh,
arrived at the central, the base of the central tower of the citadel, and it's sort of a central courtyard style with a bunch of buildings facing inward to the base of the large tower that juts up from the center of the citadel, the highest and grandest structure. Um,
this is
as
fun.
you look around, you can see um, amongst the facades of the building facing into the courtyard, you can see those that even from a extra planar or by the prime material standards have been dressed up to look like structures you would know to be banks. Large columns, information, information regarding their services being projected via slight illusions betwixt the pillars, things like that. You see people with parchment and quill standing outside and sort of talking back and forth. It seems like a very bustling commerce center. But it is very clear that a lot of money, whatever that money may be, exchanges hands and is dealt with in this area.
Mm, yeah, that's a bank. Okay.
All right, so we just gotta look for uh,
Like a loan officer, maybe? Or like, I mean, yeah. I guess like
uh,
usually
Is
sort of
there
like
like a
go
front desk
in.
somewhere?
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
So there is a wide array of buildings. You can pick whichever you'd like, but the one that seems to be getting the most foot traffic is the first national, or sorry, first planar Avernian bank, which is labeled in Infernal across the top for those who can read Infernal. It's getting lots of comings and goings by people who look more like regular everyday citizens. People wearing tradeswear, and when I say people, I of course mean everything from bone devils to tieflings to ashen, and coming and going fairly regularly. It seems to be the most approachable by regular people.
The PNC uh of Infernal Bank.
Yeah, the
Yes.
PNC. The first
all right.
national bank.
So well, let's walk into there and y'all don't speak unless spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
Fine with me.
All right, let's walk in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and walk in you do. You sort of step through the initial facade, past the pillars that in between those illusions are running the various advertisements for the bank's services. You step through a set of grand doors, and this chamber is hot. Um, and it is likely hot due to the fact that it is a stone-clad room. And you're not sure if the hotness is intended to make its infernal customers more comfortable or to make them less comfortable so maybe they'll make some poor financial decisions. As you walk in, you see a bank of or a long desk featuring tellers who are talking with bank going customers. There's a large swooping staircase which goes up to a second floor, and then sort of a isolated box with glass all around it, where you can see a sort of executive desk and a devil working there, sort of almost in like, frankly speaking, it's kind of like a zoo enclosure, but they seem like they're an important person. And behind the bank of tellers is a grand black steel safe with infernal writing sort of brushed over the lock mechanism, just which, if you take the time to glance at it and read, seems to speak to the provenance of the safe, who the safe designer was, and when the safe was commissioned.
Jermina's going to check her hair, check her teeth, um, and I think she does this on like EV3's back or something, like, checking the teeth and the reflection. Um, and then she will calmly get in line and wait to speak with the teller.
Okay. The line will chug along, and eventually you will be called forward by a teller in Infernal. Will say, "Yes, next."
Jermina will walk up and in Infernal introduce herself. Hi, Jeremina Ozkenes, I was looking into how to get chits.
Do you have an account with us?
I do not have an account. Can we get an account set up?
Yes. Do you have a initial deposit with you?
What what do you what is permissible funds?
We generally consider an initial deposit to be somewhere in the vicinity of 10 soul chits.
Hypothetically speaking, be in this space with me. If I didn't have soul chits, what is one venue that I could go through to get soul chits?
Uh, Generally, an employer, or some sort of exchange.
Do you do exchanges here or is that in a separate building?
Um, well, we do exchanges here, but I'd have to put you in touch with my manager, and we'll point over at that glass box that you saw when you came in.
Okay, that's fine. We would love to get in touch with your manager. Thank you so much for your cooperation today.
Oh, no problem at all. And the teller will sort of lean to the side and like look over the party, and then drop their quill in like an inkwell and like scuttle off.
Fucked
And
up. I'm so sorry, guys. We gotta talk to the manager.
and eventually the
The manager.
Why do we have to speak to the manager?
Yeah, we'll find out.
um eventually the teller will return, and in tow will have the manager, which the manager will not follow behind the desk, but will still track along the front of it where you all are standing and say, "Hello, I've been told that you're interested in opening an account with us. I'd love to sit down and speak with you, discuss your unique family unit, and how we can best serve you as a financial institution."
Thank you so much for meeting with us. I know this is a very unorthodox family, but me and my wife's been, and she's going to put her hand on EV-3's shoulder. Um, are really excited. You know, this is going to be the first financial institution that's respecting our choice.
Well, we pride ourselves in doing our best here at First Planer. Please come to my office.
Please, thank you so much.
With not a
Um,
problem, not a problem.
and
Uh,
go on.
no, yeah, he's going to wave you all on and begin walking towards that glass cube I discussed earlier.
Jeremy,
As
why
you're
do you say
walking,
Siobhan's gonna look at Marty like, and then she's gonna turn around and look at Ray like,
Uh, Jeremy, what did you say about EV3 that made EV3 make that noise?
we're married. They think we're a family unit. I wasn't gonna say that you're my wife because I feel like our relationship is not weird enough to bring that onto the table. I definitely couldn't go with Siobhan because Siobhan's like 18. I'm
23.
sorry. I know that you're 23, but I am hitting 50 soon. So you understand. I definitely couldn't do Olin because I don't know if Olin. Um.
Okay, so,
So
alright, okay.
EV-3 was. But Jeremina will get close to EV-3. I think like put the arm. You know, like yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um.
we can pass like Marty and I, like, height difference, but we do look. This Olin and I actually look
Kinda
more
look.
related.
You two look
Yeah.
alright. I'm
Okay.
like Dot's mother-in-law? Am I your mother-in-law? Whatever.
Just, you know what? Pick whatever place in the family feels right.
Wait, does that mean Ray is adopted?
Yes, Rhea
Yeah.
is adopted.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm sorry I don't have enough seating for you all. Please come in, come in. He will relax back behind his desk and will place his hand on a bowl of what looks to be some sort of edible.
I
What
bet
it
it's an
is,
edible.
yeah, and will slide it forward. So, what brings you in today?
Hi, thank you so much. So, as you know, we are a pretty newly established family unit. We came here from Topside because well, Avernus is just so, yes, there's a lot of trials and tribulations, but I've found that when you can pull your own, when you can win in the constant fight of domination, violence, nobody cares if your life partner is a 6'10" robot.
6'9".
Shut the fuck up. Sorry. Don't say that.
Well, I see.
But
I'm so happy that you found a home here in Avernus, and we'd like to do everything we can to secure your financial future.
thank you. It's been really scary coming here. We've we've come into some property that I think we definitely would like protected, put
Yeah,
on our taxes.
sure.
Um, but right now we're in a really difficult position. We put all of our soul coins into our our houseboat, and I was
Hmm.
wondering if there were some alternate venues we could get soul chits. We are looking at employment, but as you can understand, it's been a little tough finding a job. There's only so many people you can kill.
That is quite true, and we acknowledge that making money in the glorious struggle of the Blood War is difficult due to the warlord system. It's hard to come up, for new upstarts in that system. We do offer a number of, and he'll like take a pamphlet from behind, a number of loans that may be able to get you started.
Special hell
Jeremy,
paper.
Siobhan's gonna lean over. Jeremy, have you asked about the exchange rate?
Oh, yes. What is the exchange rate offered here?
Ex- soul chits to coins, coins to
Oh, to soul
chits.
chits.
Coins to chits.
We can offer a 1 coin to 30 chits exchange. Um,
What about gold? Did you ask
Um,
about gold?
Jason, are we in Kuwait? I'm just wondering.
that, is gold an acceptable currency for, conversion and
no, since the changeover of the economic system to the soul coin, we don't honor or respect prime material currency in Avernus.
that is completely understandable. I can definitely see how that would happen. Um,
God.
she's gonna lean over to the group. What's an APR?
Oh no, that's basically like the longer you have the loan, it gains so much interest. Which
Okay,
means
what's
like,
interest?
so if you think, I, if you say this guy is giving you 100 gold coins, right? He's giving you like 100 gold coins. This is technically yours, but you have to pay it back over time.
Okay.
Every year you don't pay back all of the 100
You,
coins.
you know what? I'll leave you some time to talk things over on your financial decisions. I wouldn't want to impose, and he'll stand up, sort of brush his horns off and will depart the glass cube to leave you guys your privacy.
It goes based off that. So after a year, you haven't paid the 100 back. Say it's 13%. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now,
Okay.
Oh my god.
if Siobhan, you have a mind for financial things, you would
Well,
notice
she
that there.
gambles, so.
Okay, well then you would notice that there is a interesting 3-letter acronym here, which is CPM, a CPM percentage, and as you sort of pull the pamphlet closer, it is a coins per month interest rate.
Hold on.
And then there's also subsequently other CPM, which is chits per month. And so it's kind of like it's coins / chits per month is how the interest is calculated, basically.
So, unlike Topside, where you normally have things that are yearly, to finish. So basically, if in this case it's like 13, if you don't pay by the end of the year, that's another $13 added on to what you have to pay off. Sorry, 13 gold coins based on top of what you have to pay off already. And in this case, they're doing it monthly.
So
So if
13 chits per month?
yeah, if we don't manage to pay off the entire loan in a month, then it's 13 extra chits towards what we already have to pay off.
That's bullshit. But also, this is hell, so why would I expect less?
Well, also, I mean, I'm sure we'll be killing enough guys to pay it back.
Well,
We'll
just
just,
because I don't
I
think
mean,
there's necessarily a 1-to-1 ratio on getting chits per person that we kill, necessarily. Right? Like, unless we steal their chits.
No, yeah, we'd have to steal their chits and their coins and everything, so we'd basically have to be
yeah,
looting a decent amount. And also,
yeah.
do you have any idea of how time passes here? I've never seen the sun come up or down.
I
Oh,
don't know. It
true.
comes up and it goes.
There's no sun here. It's just hot all the time.
Yeah, we
I
would have to figure out
noticed
how
there's
to keep track of
definitely
them.
deviations in the hotness.
It goes
I
from,
mean,
110 to like 100.
108. Yeah. I mean, those are noticeable differences. Well,
To
that's fine.
you.
We'll
To
just
you.
get okay.
We're going to have to ask for the baseline, though.
We're gonna
You're gonna have to find out if there's anything that's slightly more forgivable. And
okay.
also ask if autopay is just like assumed or if we just come back every so often and ask what we do.
Okay. Okay. I
also,
just
Oh,
want to go
let me
back
make
to
you a
the
list.
looting. I'm gonna go back to the looting thing. To be so clear, I will be looting people. I will be taking their shit. And we should start looking into just kind of marauding. Or like we should have killed the shit out of those pig guys and robbed them. We kind of got a big ass boat, and we're kind of scary. Like I think we should start being like a little pirate. Just start like holding people at gunpoint. Give us your fucking money.
we could see if there's like a job board anywhere. See
Yeah,
if
but
like
then we're
anyone's
gonna
like,
be doing stuff like, well,
We already have to do stuff.
that's a
Mhm.
good. Yeah, might as well get fucking paid for it. Mordenkainen didn't give a shit. Yeah, let's
yeah,
look
well,
for
we're
a
getting
job
paid in like,
board.
yeah, like it'd be nice to get paid in more than just Olin memories. No offense, Olin.
Olin Memories is priceless, but it would be, and I mean,
Mm.
because the great thing about being in Avernus is nobody is innocent in Avernus. So if they go and send us to like kill, I don't know, a teacher or something, it's like, okay, so I bet you gave kids bad grades because it would look suspicious, you know?
Oh yeah, like the kids that end up having to get
Eternal
C's because it
damnation.
meets their because it meets their bottom line for how many people have to pass and how many people have to fail.
Exactly. So, I mean,
Just a
like,
teacher, just a teacher in Avernus being like, "I truly believe in no child left behind." Oh my god, it's fucking evil, so evil.
so I think, you know what? That sounds nice. Okay, let's. Yeah, okay, so did you get me a list of things I'm supposed to ask about?
Okay, so first thing to
Oh,
ask,
okay,
what is their policy on forgiveness?
okay,
And the second one is what is their policy on autopay?
okay. Got it, Chief. Forgiveness.
also, also, Jeremy, you did miss out on a chance to say that you moved to Avernus to be closer to family.
Oh, fuck me. I totally did. Oh, shit. I
We
should
can
have
bring it back
totally
around.
name dropped Zariel. I should just,
VM.
I should, I should just be slinging her name everywhere.
Yes.
Uh, can Siobhan look this over for any like particular loopholes or catches that might be present, or is it just a straightforward loan?
Based on what is written there, given that it's not a contract, it's just kind of like a brochure. It is fairly straightforward. If you guys choose to take out a loan, you can certainly inspect the loan document in that way, or bring it to the House of Readers, etc., etc.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
we can ask if it's first reader approved, like a first
Oh, that's
reader
good.
approved loan.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
This loan is first reader approved.
Just a little fox devil being like,
In the
um,
bottom
Um,
corner.
Show me the car talk.
how good are the like candies in the tray?
they are licorice flavored. If you're into that. And they're okay. You can tell that they've probably been in the tray a while, but it's nothing to write home about. But yeah, licorice flavored, nothing to write home about.
To be so clear, Jeremina eating them by the handful. I think the bowl is like empty.
You're
You're muted,
muted.
Mars.
What?
Can you save me at least two more? I only got three.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I can save you some. There you go.
Uh, you know what? Keep him.
At this point, the manager is looking in and will crack the door. Um,
Yes, come in and talk to us.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Open the door, shut it behind him, sit down back at his desk, and say, "Hope you all had a productive bit of time discussing your options."
Yes, we had some questions.
Certainly.
Okay, so what is your policy on forgiveness?
Uh, Forgiveness in what way?
Yeah.
Siobhan, forgiveness in what way?
Loan forgiveness.
Loan forgiveness?
Um, it, I'm confused by your meaning.
Oh, they probably don't do that here then. Never mind. I'll just ask about autopay.
Do you guys do auto pay?
Oh, well, um, we actually we have two options for payment. The first is to come in here to First Planer and pay your loan every month. And the second option is our imp pay option, where a imp will find you wherever you are on the plane of Avernus, collect your payment, and fly it back to First Planer for a nominal fee, usually around 1 or 2 chits, depending on the operating market.
Okay.
So, for the first option, are we expected to come back every month, or will they collect automatically?
Um, Due to the nature of the blood war and the difficulty we know can be had by our customers, we do offer a 2 month grace period, allowing you to come back every 2 months and pay 2 months worth before you accrue additional fees.
So that's up to you.
I think I'm kind of into the imp pay thing. I think that's fun.
Impul pay.
Impul pay, yeah.
Boo.
Are we into impul pay?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
can do that.
Okay, so I definitely think we'll go with the impul pay, and I feel pretty confident that I think we're interested in taking up a loan.
Oh, wonderful. Are you interested in a vitality loan or a no down loan?
What's the difference?
Well, a no down loan has higher a higher interest rate. You'll owe us more, but it costs you nothing unless you don't pay. A vitality loan is you give us a little bit of oomph. Um, out of your reserves, you may feel a little bit more tired until the loan is paid back, and it has a more modest interest rate, or a flat down payment. But that starts at about 20 blood chits, or sorry, soul chits, and I'm not necessarily sure that you're in the market for this one.
If
No, we
we
can't
took a
afford that.
vitality payment, is one person doing it or is all of us doing it?
It would be the primary, whoever is the primary signature on the loan would be the one suffering the ill effects of the vitality loan.
I'm not against giving up a little bit of my vitality for a modest interest, but we would have to start just killing everybody we come across who might have money.
Yeah, that'd be reasonable considering you're giving up your like life, quite literally.
I I'm kind of interested in that. Um, I don't want.
If
What happens if the primary signature dies?
If the primary signature dies, it would it would pass by via standard infernal contract law to the next of kin, whoever that may be, and they would lose a comparable amount of vitality equal to how far along the loan has been paid back.
which does
So
actually.
Do you
an
designate next
infernal,
of kin?
yeah, an infernal contract is next of kin focused on children or parents?
It would generally be a child, but due to the inclusive nature of our banking institution, you can fill out a separate form to designate your next of whoever they may be, and we'll
Okay,
motion at EV3.
I feel, I think it would be, she'll turn to the group. I think it would be nice to do the vitality contract. I think I can put down my mommy as my next of kin. That might work.
But
I
it's
do
not
have a
gonna.
question. Hold on. If we fail to pay back the loan, will she be losing more of her life?
No. The there will not be a sapping on the vitality. The vitality simply serves as a down payment, which is to be returned upon the loan's completion. If the loan defaults, the only penalty is monetary. That in Soul Chits, we may bring you before the a set of infernal barristers, civil court, things like that. But we shouldn't be discussing those things. I'm sure that you'll be more than able to pay things back. So,
Okay.
But also to be clear, is he having this conversation in common now, or is it still all infernal?
oh, I apologize. I should have specified. he has been kind of hot swapping between common and infernal based on you guys' conversations. Um,
Mm,
so, given your time around Jeremina and the fact that he's intersplicing common, you could fairly understand what he is saying.
okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Uh,
That was my
It's
bad.
like infernal Esperanto.
Yeah.
mm, okay. But so then, is it if uh the if my daughter-in-law wants to uh have her mother as next of kin, does her mother have to be here to sign the documents?
Uh, it would depend on if her mother was a infernal recognized dependent or not. If if she can speak for or sign for the individual, then no. If yes, then uh,
Yeah.
we do require consent to being next of kin if the next of kin is not going to be via infernal law.
Mhm.
Is there infernal like mess if I tried to put my mother as next of kin, if I had no way of contacting her, would you be able to contact her on my behalf?
That is not a service that we offer, unfortunately. Um, there's privacy concerns that the infernal barristers take quite seriously.
Mm.
Just mark me down
Understood.
as next.
I think there's a way I can spin this. I do think there's a way I can spin. I can make this work. I think I can make this work.
If if it doesn't work, Jeremy, you can just put me down as next of kin. I'm fine with that.
I'll just put down EV-3 as next of kin.
Well, I mean, also CP3 doesn't
You're
really have a.
you kinda got a hole in your heart, baby.
Yeah, that's fair.
You kinda got that myocardia apalathia.
Yeah, good old tetralogy. Uh, but yeah, good point. But also, EV3 doesn't have a soul, so I don't know if that would count.
Well, I don't have a soul either.
You don't?
No, I kinda sold it.
She sold it to Zariel, remember?
Yeah, but like I feel like you still have your soul until she collects, right? Like that's how it worked for.
This feels like a
Uh,
very personal conversation. I'll
No,
go
she
ahead and
I
see
mean,
my.
she collected, because that's the thing is she collected. Like, that transaction's done.
oh, jeez. Okay, I didn't realize that she'd already collected.
Wait, actually, does that vitality, does it work off of the soul or does it work off of general like life, health, stuff like that?
Jeremina will open the door and go, we have a question.
Oh, yes, he'll take the earpiece he was speaking through off of his ear, and sort of brush his horns again. Yes.
Does
Shabam!
the hold on, jeez, Jesus. Does the collection work off of general health or does it work off your soul, vitality wise?
Oh, it's a bit of a mix of the two. It's essentially a magical lien placed against your soul. The vitality is still yours. You just have an inability to access it based on the terms of the contract drawn up.
Hmm.
So if I don't have a soul, how's like if I sold it and the contract went through and it's
Well,
done?
well, you still have a soul space. Certainly, we're sitting here, we're
Gotcha.
having this conversation. You have a place that you draw your vitality from. You have many other things. Certainly, if your soul. notionally is in another place, that is not discounting the fact that there are apparatuses, magically speaking, operating your body. If you'd like, I could actually go get one of our soul technicians. He works in the back, who could further explain it to you.
I'm kind of interested.
It might be a little bit. Uh, hmm,
You can
Later,
talk to the soul
maybe later
technician, but yeah, but that
on my
that
own
it
time.
does mean that you do have something that you can bargain with, technically speaking.
Okay.
yeah.
So we are interested in the vitality loan.
Wonderful. How many chits and or coins are you looking to acquire?
Can we get a bit of both?
Certainly.
Uh,
So do we want to do like 3 coins,
I was
then
gonna say,
60 chits?
yeah.
yeah. Does the amount of uh debt we incur affect uh how much vitality is taken?
Oh
Yes.
no, no,
Yes.
sorry. Sorry.
Yes, of course. Everything requires a down payment. That down payment is contingent on the total amount of the loan, however it may be. Um,
Okay. So for
However,
mm, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Oh,
So for 60 chits and 3 soul coins, what would that mean vitality wise?
I think we would be speaking about 3 units of vitality, but again, I would have to speak to my soul technician and the contract folks, to assure that that number is correct. I'm just sort of ballparking.
Alright, and do you know how many units would transfer to uh like Adventurers League uh base
Yeah,
uh
out of character,
vitality?
how much is that?
What do you mean?
How much
Like
HP is Jeremy gonna be down?
We're not dealing with HP. We're talking about hit dice.
Yeah.
ooh,
So
oh,
I'd be losing 3 hit dice.
3 hit dice.
Okay,
okay.
and is that impacting my maximum as well?
No, just hit dice. So like, you would just have less
Oh,
less
God,
hit
that's
dice.
nothing.
Yeah, you would just have less hit dice to roll on a short rest. But obviously, you guys have experienced travel through Avernus and generally understand the restrictions there. So that's kind of the decision you're making here: is how many hit dice are you willing to sacrifice on a short rest to this loan? Which again, when you pay it back, you will get them back. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of the decision that's being made here: is
I
how much are you?
super thought I was taking a hit to Constitution.
Oh,
I
no, no,
Yeah.
super
no.
thought I was going to be losing,
No, no.
like,
Yeah.
We'll get
three,
there. You're dealing with the
Oh,
credit union, okay? You're
three,
dealing.
three,
We're just at the
three
beginning
hit
of it
dice
all.
is like nothing. I have Lay on Hands, which is like a separate resource
Mhm.
that does like I'm fine.
Yeah,
That's
but
mhm.
nothing. Do we want to bump it up to 5? How many
I would
levels are
say
we at?
How much
keep
is
it
4
at
soul
least
coins and
2.
90 chits?
uh,
Yeah, how
I'll
much is
I'll have to I'll have to confer with our contract folks. If you could lay out how much you are interested in, I can come up with a decent spread of numbers. Um, Again, just been ballparking.
Mhm.
Actually,
So if you'd like to
what?
speak amongst yourselves and determine how much you would want, and uh, pardon me for assuming, do you all know how far a soul chit goes?
well,
Mm,
we've got a pretty good idea for it.
No,
like
we know how far a soul coin goes. We don't know how far a soul chit goes.
well, 10 of them will buy you a mug at uh the readers.
Okay, little secret here. Um, the Reader's merch shop overvalued. overvalued. You
Mm.
can get vintage examples of the same mugs around town for a third of the price. This being
Oh.
said, about 2 soul chits will get you a room for the night in the Citadel.
Okay.
So if you've ever stayed at a traveling lodge, that should give you a good idea as to the price
Mhm.
that
Hmm.
these things carry. And yes, don't purchase them above yours.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you
Could
nice.
so
you
much. Let's stick with 3.
Yeah,
3 soul
I like
coins
that.
and 60 chits?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 units option sounds good.
Uh, Very well. I'll have my soul technician draw it up. I'll leave you all to discuss. Would you like to open an account when you begin a loan with us? You are also welcome to open an account for no fee, as a way to store y- your materials. Should you not want them taken, stolen while out and about in
Mhm.
Avernus, you can discuss that amongst yourselves while I go have this contract drawn up. Oh, also,
Um,
imp
is there
pay, imp pay,
imp, imp pay
Impay.
Impulse. Impulse.
imp pay.
and impl pay? Yeah. And is there information about the uh checking account and the brochure?
Yes, you should just turn it over.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Uh, does it offer interest?
It does not.
Ah, damn. Okay.
It's one of those like interest free checking accounts, basically that
Mm.
places offer to get customers through the door. Um,
Yeah.
so he will leave you all be, for a brief time. If there is anything you want to discuss, you can.
Hmm. We really should figure out. I should. I don't know if I'm very curious about how putting EV3 as next of kin would work. Because it doesn't tech. It has like vitality, kind of, but not really. It's mainly me fixing it that does that sort of thing,
Hey,
and I
hey,
don't want Wolfram
Siobhan.
to.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, baby. Go on.
Oh, like I don't want it to like default to Wolfram if things don't work out with EV3.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, not that I
yeah.
want you to die either, but you know.
Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. Really quickly. Hey, Siobhan,
Yeah.
are you a cleric?
Yeah.
Can can you do marriages yet? Are you an officiant?
I know that's a bit. That's a couple like levels above me.
Okay, but like, can you legally, like,
Oh
in a
yeah, in a
legal
legal sense, yeah,
space?
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Where's
Wait, do you want me to
what's it?
marry you in EV3 right here in this glass box in the middle of the
yes.
thing?
Oh my.
Hermina's
I don't.
going to reach into her pack and pull out her Weaver's toolkit and then like pull out like a ring from her tiny loom. Um,
I
uh,
genuinely don't think that EV3 can consent to marriage.
EV3, do you want to marry Jeremina?
I mean, it's a robot. Like it doesn't have any sort of like intelligence.
I thread I thread the ring onto
Oh god.
Esther's finger.
Do you vow to take care of each other in sickness and in health till death do you part?
I do.
Technically, that is like a part of EV3's like core rules is that it will always like
Yeah,
protect
I gotta listen
those
to
around it.
Jeremina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and always has to listen
Well,
to Yamina. So yeah, technically, it can be like, yeah, I will promise to do that because that's what my job is. This is
you may
extremely
now
funny.
kiss the chassis.
Um, Eventually, the manager returns with a sort
Jermina's
of
wearing like a hastily woven veil as the manager walks in.
a mousy looking tiefling, who is like paging through documents, giving them a once over, and The manager will sit down. Will place the contract on and slide it on over. It is not that thick. It's not a ridiculous tome like you would assume of any devil deal. It's about 5 pages that lay out in a little bit more like legal language, written in Infernal in this case, what was already discussed.
Jeremina immediately passes it to Siobhan, sees that it's written in Infernal, takes it back, and then kind of like reaches behind her and passes it to Rhea.
Rhea will take it. What do you want me to do with this?
Can you look it over? I don't have the patience to look it over.
All right, Rhea,
I,
come here.
Rhea will
oh God,
place it.
Rhea's getting the immigrant child experience of having to translate legal documents.
Yeah.
So it's just
Everything everywhere.
Siobhan's gonna look over it with Rhea. If everything's a-okay, then we're off to the races.
Okay. I'll do my best. I'll just paw through it real fast.
Just tell me what
Is it
you're
all
reading.
in Infernal?
Siobhan's gonna like stand next. Tell me what you're reading, and I'll be able to help you out a little bit. And
Yeah,
figure out
she'll
what it is going on.
she'll start like speed reading it to the best of her ability, aloud, to convey what it is it says on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Would Marty's understanding as a guild artisan be helpful as they read it over?
What does the feature do?
It technically like gives me like union benefits, but I don't know if it would also
Oh,
be helpful.
well, you know what unions are great at? Reading contracts.
Exactly.
So I will go ahead and say somebody can make a intelligence check with advantage, whether it be Marty or Siobhan, and you're getting advantage either from Marty's union background or from Rhea's assistance reading the contract. Up to you.
Okay.
I feel like Marty has a higher int score.
But yeah, 1 second, gotta grab a dice, cause I am very smart and has one up prepared. But yeah, so 1 moment, I will go ahead and roll with advantage then. True. Let's see, that is a 7 and 19 plus 4 for a total of 23.
23. So, to the best of what you can determine based on Rhea's reading, this is a very plain contract. There is not much in the way of information or terms, clauses, etc., that could lead one to believe that there was any trickery afoot. And frankly speaking, the small number of pieces of parchment that it is printed on also gives you confidence that there can't be that much trickery afoot.
Yeah. Seems good to me. I mean, I haven't dealt with infernal contracts before, but I mean, if you've read anything from Gond and the way that they deal with intellectual property, this is pretty plain.
All right. Yes. There's me. All right. Jeremina, we need you to sign.
Okay. Do I
Oh.
gotta sign in blood or anything?
No, that's.
Can I?
I mean, if you would like, but we've technologically come a ways as an institution and a people here in Avernus. We do have a specialized ink that does the same thing as a blood signature. You just wouldn't have to do a blood signature.
Are you
But I
stereotyping your
can?
own people, Jeremina?
No? I just love. I think it's insane to sign in blood. I signed in blood once at a boat dealership, and fucking threw them off.
Like if you're buying a boat, that's the way. do the signature.
Yeah.
But yes, no, it is up to you. We facilitate all manner of signatures, though most customers prefer the ink. Do I need to go get? My goodness, he'll stand
Like
up.
the biohazards.
Yes,
Tuck it.
he'll stand.
Jermina's just like giving him the autism stare.
He will stand. He will stand up. He will go into the back and will come back with um, a box that has been wrapped in plastic, and he appears to be wearing gloves. And he will set it down and take out a knife and sort of cut the plastic around the edge of the box. We'll pop it open and will then hand it off to the soul technician who's still there, who will push up his glasses and will incant something over it, and will say, "Thank you." With the gloves, hand it back. It's been sterilized. There you are.
You can see why this was phased out. It seems like a little pump in circumstance for own
I was
signatures.
just gonna cut my wrist or cut the pads of my thumb or something. Y'all making this too complicated. Jesus. All right.
Well, they don't want to get sued for, blood poisoning.
We've in the past there have been a number of incidents, so we had to place protocols in place to ensure that those didn't happen anymore. And then the rules got added to the rules, got added to the rules, and someone was nice enough to invent tink, 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 this little substitute, which cuts all of it out. But here we are.
Jeremina, using the tools inside of the box, will sign with her blood.
Okay. As you do so, as you place the quill against the parchment and sign your name, the first thing you note is that the way that the blood or the sort of interfaces or interfuses with the parchment is unlike what you would expect. It really has more of a like a transference. There's no bleed to it. It almost creates a fine pencil thin line, and when you're done, just as you lift the quill from the parchment, there's sort of almost a settling effect that happens where the blood in its pencil thin line sort of just dries and is sealed and is part of the parchment. At which point, the manager will sort of pick up the pieces of paper and we'll count them, and say, "All right, our next of kin form." Place that down.
Okay.
EV3?
Nope.
Oh,
I'm gonna try this. So,
oh boy.
Jeremina's mom is Zariel, and she's also a paladin of Zariel, and has entered a contract with Zariel that allows her to, like, in Jeremina's understanding, represent
Mm-hmm.
Zariel in some capacity. I feel like Jeremina wants to stretch that representation and like sign for her.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
you can attempt that, certainly.
okay.
You can argue that in
Um,
court.
Jeremina's going to ask for another form, like just in case.
Oh yeah, certainly. The soul technician will like swing a bag around his front and will like accordion it open and will take out a secondary form.
Okay. Jeremina will fill out the first form for Zariel, and then like fill out the second one for EV-3.
Okay. As you place the quill down on the first piece of parchment and begin trying to replicate that same sort of pencil thin signature that occurred on the first, the paper rejects the writing. So like you just sort of have this bubbled, it's blood still, right? this bubbled blood that's riding atop the parchment, and if you touch or manipulate it, it slips and slides around, almost as though the paper itself has rejected.
Didn't work. All right, I fill out
No.
EV-3's sheet.
The same thing happens.
Yeah.
So I guess yeah, EV-3 doesn't have soul and can't consent.
All right. So which one of y'all's, except Marty, is becoming my next of kin?
I can do it.
Oh, I was ready to rock paper scissors.
It's okay.
Olin,
see
are
if
you
Olin has
sure?
soul.
Olin will walk over and offer his finger.
You don't need to do that, buddy.
Oh, I saw
We
the
have the
blood.
special ink.
Jeremina will go to the special ink. And she'll.
I
fill
just
out
saw
the
blood.
next
That's all I
kin.
saw. Sorry.
She'll list Olin as her brother on the next of kin sheet.
Okay.
Aww.
The ink takes to the paper, and however, if you attempt to sign Olin's name for him, the paper rejects it.
Oh
It
yeah,
requ-
I
it re-
definitely do not try and
Okay.
sign for.
Yeah, it would take his own hand to take to the paper.
Olin will take the pen and sign his name as Olin.
And it takes to the paper, at which point the soul technician will start gathering the papers up, and the manager will pick up a lockbox, place it on the table, sort of flip it open and extend it towards you all, and you see inside the promised 3 soul coins and 60 soul chips. And Jeremina, you no longer have access to 3 of your hit dice.
I feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
No worse than I
Marty will-
usually do.
Yeah. Oh, it worked out.
So,
Mario will take 3 coins and put them into the bag.
are you taking it all, or are you depositing any of it?
We should probably leave at least like 30 chits or something.
Well, I mean, if we have, because we got 60 chits, we can separate them amongst the 6 of us.
I don't really think that's necessary. I'm
fair.
pretty safe just having a treasurer.
Okay. Who would you like? I mean, we have a bank. We can let them be the treasurer.
Right.
And
Okay.
then-
Oh, 1 second. Do you guys have withdrawals like on the road?
Yes, you can utilize our imp pay system to also receive withdrawals, but there is a fee.
Mhm.
Is how much is that fee?
That fee would be about 1 chit per 3 withdrawals.
Oh, that's fucking nothing.
So leave
Yeah,
30
that's
chits
what ours
behind.
Yeah, let's leave 30 chits, and why don't we leave like 1 soul coin behind, just to be safe?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. We have lost.
Do we want to take a
sounds
break?
like
If
break.
Let's take a quick break.
all right,
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
it's also
it's
11
o'clock.
p.m.
we will be right back.
Hi, welcome back to Dyson Dynamics, where we just played a riveting 2.5 hours of banking. With Dyson Dynamics, you can expect more luxurious replications of real life events because what's more stressful than banking?
I mean,
Doing banking in D&D, I guess.
yes. I mean, this is hell. And as a person who detests shopping episodes and all forms of role playing customer service inside of this game that's supposedly supposed to feature Dungeons and Dragons, I am making this my personal hell as well. So last we left our heroes, they had just taken out a loan for some of the currency that had been centralized under the devilish warlord Bell. Now, with a little bit of money in their pocket, they are able to step back out onto the streets of the Citadel and are free to do with the rest of the time what they will. You all have the floor.
Okay,
We
well
have to
clearly
find a clock.
we have to find a clock. We need to find a thrift store. Well, I have like
So the thrift store might have a clock.
thrift store might have a clock. I do have like this like broken like pocket watch, but I don't think it run. One, it doesn't run on Avernus time as far as I'm aware, and also it's broken. I would have to fix it, and I don't have all the parts for it. So that is an option if we find parts. If we find like a parts store.
Do you think the Brass
I don't
Citadel has a thrift store? Feels very like a brand name kind of town, at least on the side we're on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've
No,
totally gotta. Well, we can check. Let's check.
yeah, thrifting's trendy. They'll have something.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Real
like
quick
a
though,
vintage 70s thing for $50.
real
Mm-hmm.
quick, I've got a EV-3.
Huh?
Honey, can you carry me?
Huh?
Oh, fuck yeah. Ah, this is great. I'm so tall. Okay,
You can make it do
continue.
that before you married it.
We go off in search of a thrift store.
All right. Um, Locating one just via dead reckoning, I will go ahead and have either one person make a investigation check with advantage, or two people can make individual investigation checks. Your choice.
Well, Jeremina is like the fashion person, but also I feel like Marty is very much into thrifting. So who would and they have a good investigation. So maybe both of us roll.
Jeremy's not looking. She's definitely more concerned with being carried. She's definitely leaving Siobhan and Marty to that.
Gotcha, gotcha. So me advantage, Siobhan.
Yes.
That okay. Ugh, not a great roll. Total of 12.
12. So much as someone had pointed out, this place feels very brand forward. There's not much in the way of things that you would identify as small businesses here. But on your way, sort of back through the Citadel, whether it be heading back to the War Machine or looking for a place to stay for the evening, you are able to notice that there is certainly a population of people here that aren't bankers or lawyers or um, any number of jobs that you would assume to be well paid, and they exist in sort of the tighter of alleyways, and you can see them sort of trading and exchanging things in a way that certainly doesn't jive with the way that the rest of the city presents itself.
Hmm. Can Marty approach one of these people, uh, and then realize that she doesn't speak Infernal, uh, and go to Rhea and be like, "Hey, can you ask them if any of them sell tea or uh, branded first breeder mugs?"
Uh, yes, I can. And she'll go over to the one that you've specified, and we'll have a brief exchange in Infernal, and she'll turn around and will say, uh, she's she speaks common.
Oh, sorry.
Now that's quite all right.
Okay.
Jesus
Do you
Christ.
so you're selling some stuff. What you got?
Ah, no, I'm not selling anything. Your friend here was saying that you were looking for a place to buy things.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the community store.
Oh, where's that?
Uh, let's see. And she'll sort of turn on the spot and like stare up at the two peaks of the citadel and sort of the tower rising in the middle, and will say, shouldn't be about 3 blocks that way. It's a large building, kind of run down. Doesn't really quite doesn't really quite present well from the outside, but
Well,
uh, it should be marked with this symbol, and she'll take her hand and sort of like trace along the wall next to you what looks like the number one with two sort of lines dashed off the side of it.
interesting. Okay. And I have curiosity. How do you guys tell time around here?
Time.
Well, I mean, if you take a loan out from the bank, they do like chits per month kind of thing.
Ah, yeah. They if you're dealing with anything that's contract timing, they use prime material timing. At least that's my understanding.
Okay. Good to know. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem because time is really doesn't exist here.
Oh, that's nice.
It's good
Guess
to know.
guess we have too much time on our hands then. Uh.
You have a good day
Okay.
then.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you. The community store is this way.
So it's called community store.
I guess. That's what she said at least. So it's marked with like a one with like horns, which makes sense because Avernus. Uh, yeah. And apparently they measure months by prime material time. So theoretically, if I get my clock, if I get my pocket watch up and running, then that should suffice. Unless you can find a better clock. But regardless, I'll be able to have one.
Alright, so onwards.
Onwards and upwards.
All right. So I assume you guys are going looking for the community store that was outlined to you.
Yes.
Okay. It is not that difficult to find with the instructions that you were given, but you do find yourself in a more derelict part of the citadel, further away from. Why is my laptop doing that? It's making me so mad. Um, Further away from sort of the central roads and courtyards of the citadel. Um, and eventually you come upon what appears what if you had to measure the building, it's something that you would assume would be like a large industrial building. It has 2 stories, and you can see that marking that the person you approached on the street told you about, sort of marked pretty squarely between the 2 floors. It's fairly prominent and um, doesn't appear to be hiding. But the building itself isn't really broadcasting any type of wares in the same way that the bank did.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm like, guess this is it. Uh, Marty will like. Does it have like? I guess it doesn't have store hours because time doesn't exist. Uh, so I guess we just head in, right?
Okay. Yes, there is a front door. It does not have a view inside, but manipulating the knob will open the door, and you are met with a fairly dark room illuminated by sort of red lighting coming down from the ceiling. There are rows and rows upon shelves featuring any number of objects that are just sort of piled up haphazardly. There doesn't really seem to be much in the way of organization here. And there is a kindly figure who will wave to you from behind what looks to be the checkout counter. Will say, "Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the community store."
Hi.
Ah,
Uh, we're looking for some little odds and ends. Do you happen to have like any clocks or like bits and like gadgetry bobs? I guess.
Clocks, 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 and um, he'll come out
Got
from
this
the
plush goblin.
what?
Got this plush goblin. Does that count?
um he'll come out from behind the counter and we'll say follow me. I can take you to the clock section, and we'll lead you down into the depths of this sort of huge wide open interior that's sort of interspersed with all of these shelves piled up with random objects, and we'll eventually bring you to the clock shelves, because literally it is just a bunch of shelves piled with clocks. Um, and he'll sort of motion widely across them and say, "I'm not really sure which planar time group you're interested in, but we have a number of
Mm.
options."
Like material is like what we're kind of aiming
Yeah,
for.
prime
I can probably,
material.
yeah.
Ah, those are some of our more popular clocks. We may have some along the bottom.
Is that a wild one? Oh my god, I've never actually seen one in person. That's really okay.
That is very pretty. However, I am getting a headache looking at it.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, why does they have like?
are
Oh,
there
sorry.
prices
Yeah.
listed anywhere?
Yes, there are.
How much?
Everything you see here is in gold pieces.
Oh god damn it!
Well, we still have gold pieces. We didn't get rid
We
of
super
everything.
have
Yeah,
gold
we have
pieces.
gold.
Okay, how much gold do we have?
Oh god, did I keep track of that? Because Jason said that we wouldn't need it. Oh boy. One
I know
second,
that
one
Jeremina gave all of her gold
Oh,
back,
second. Yeah,
so
let me see.
this is so fucking funny. I love you,
we should have, like,
Jason.
we should
I,
have at least 400.
yeah. This, my thing says 7 gold pieces, 8 silver, 9 copper. That might be because I bought a lot of stuff. I think that's the
true.
case.
Oh wait, Silk has had the money.
Yeah, Siobhan has what she had in her pocket,
I
unfortunately.
got
Yeah, and
I got
Owen.
5 gold, baby.
Oh boy.
Yes.
How much does like a watch? Like, is there like a pocket watch anywhere?
Yeah, so you kind of get the sense that most of the stuff here is priced in the silver category. There are a couple nicer clocks, probably like that Feywild one you were talking about, that does touch or get close to the gold level. But most of the things here are pretty affordable by Prime Material standards. Some things even more so than the Prime Material. It seems as though, for whatever reason, the prices here are approachable, we'll say.
I feel like everything in this room is cursed.
Well, I mean, it is in hell, so
Uh,
there's.
Marty,
Yeah.
can I get a gold?
Yeah, sure. What do you need it for?
I'm gonna buy shit to decorate the boat with.
Oh, hell yeah. Take 2. Marty will hand her 2 gold.
Yeah. Jeremina will take it and then drop down from EV-3. Take EV-3's hand and start skipping away.
They get
Marty will
married.
watch.
They get
Chiclonk,
married once,
chiclonk,
and off they
chiclonk,
go.
chiclonk.
I'm not going to get used to that. Um, should I be worried about her mental health? Never mind.
Yes, but what are you gonna do?
Quietly convince her that it doesn't have a conscience. Anyway, uh, so hey, can Marty find like some sort of pocket watch or hi Hugo, baby
Baby
boy.
boy.
Oh, uh, can Marty find a pocket watch that's like probably non-running, like the cheapest kind of thing that she could use like parts for to fix up her broken pocket watch?
Yeah, I would say that pocket watches are probably pretty easy to come by. It seems like they just want 4 or 5 silver per pocket watch. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like most of the business that they do regarding prime material clocks are mantle clocks. So you see
Mm-hmm.
bunches and bunches of mantle clocks um, from all across the plains with various different timekeeping measures, implements, things like that. But you don't see many mantle clocks from the prime material. But there are pocket watches, so you can certainly find a couple pocket watches, one,
Mm-hmm.
two, however many you would like. They're about 4 or 5 silver apiece.
Okay, Marty will go ahead and take. We'll get 2 for like a gold, um, and let the let them serve as donors a for this project that she is taking on.
Sure thing.
And then, all right, well, that solves that. Ooh, do they have mugs anywhere?
Yes, many mugs. In fact, they have shelves upon shelves of mugs.
Do they
What is like
have
the
the gift shop mug?
Make a investigation check or perception,
got
your choice.
you got this? We find like a cool like old like vintage one with like the old logo. I feel like he'd appreciate that.
18.
18. So, yes, you're able to, making your way down the mug section. It's oddly categorized almost. You have like these like cells of like, these are the warlord themed mugs. These are, these are the bell themed mugs. Then you have like the various agency themed mugs. You find yourself in the agency themed mugs, and there's enough of the readers there. Many options, sort of some more formal with like the crest and the words underneath, and some more playful with like a tiny little fox reader, sort of like chibi ties, like going running off to court. There's all different manner of like
Does
mugs in that region.
does the chibi fox running to court have a piece of like toast in its mouth?
It
It's like
has it has a cup of coffee and and like a thick contract underneath its other arm.
Does the mug have the logo of the readers on it? Like the mug that it is holding?
Yeah, Oh yeah. It's like a mugception thing where it's carrying the same mug that it's on, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stare at it for long enough because it is a bug in hell, so it keeps on like going like deeper and deeper and deeper because it's
Oh
like in
god.
hell.
Oh no. You can get lost in that mug. Siobhan purchases the mug.
Okay, easy enough. Uh, you do so. They want about 3, 4 silver for it.
Alright.
Fuck
I
yeah.
now have 4 gold and however much silver.
Um, Jeremina, you went looking off for materials to decorate the land vessel, the war machine.
Yes.
What is it you're looking for?
So I'm looking for 4 distinct utensil sets. I'm looking for basically all of the fabric I can buy with a gold. Um, like
Ooh.
I think like houseware, you know,
Mhm.
plates, utensils. She's getting, I think, like a pretty good variety of knickknacks.
Okay.
Um, but mostly
Can
fab,
let's go ahead.
but
I,
mostly fabric
I,
and like, yeah.
yeah, I think that you would certainly be able to hit all of those things for gold in this store. As you're searching through the flatware, you do notice that there's a couple pieces that you're like, wow, this is some very nice flatware. You pick it up, flip it over, and you see the fact that the word El Terrell is written on it, and then you flip
Oh,
it back over.
ah. Oh, uh, can Marty make a request of Jeremia to find her like one of those like room separators, like like stand curtain, not curtain things. What are they called? Like like the
The
thing that like
divider,
like yeah, like a room divider, like the thing that
yeah, a
like the
freestanding room
diva would
divider.
yeah like would like go behind to get changed kind of thing.
Uh, no, I can make you a curtain to separate off a room though.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
Uh-huh. I just don't know if they have, I'm not really particularly interested in looking for a room divider.
Yeah, if I come across one, I'll grab it. Just
Alright.
nice to have.
Um, and so I think with all of that procured for a gold, I think Jeremina just spends a lot, like the other gold, on pillows, blanket, like furniture, rugs. Um, this is important. All of it is ugly. I want to be so clear. This is paisley ass, grandma ass shit. Floral designs everywhere. Everything has roses on it.
Of course.
Fucking glorious.
Um, like there is nothing is sacred. She got permission to design the boat, and she's by God, she's going to design the boat.
Well, after making your selections and going to the checkout, the um, person checking you all out, they'll say, "Thank you so much for being willing to spend such a fortune here at the community store. We really appreciate it. Should you happen upon anything that you can't sell anywhere else, feel free to bring it here, and we'll be willing to exchange gold and silver for it. We know that it's not good for most financial exchanges here in Avernus, but we're trying to create a ecosystem where we're able to buy and exchange things not using soul chits or coins. So, thank you again, and we hope to see you soon.
I love you.
That's so forward. I just work here.
Well,
I'm
this is
sorry.
incredible.
She just got
How tall
married.
is the shopkeep?
She's in a
Yeah, how tall is the shopkeep?
Shopkeep is like 5'8".
God bless.
there are no pronouns on this person. I can feel it already.
I've already used they.
Yep.
They're they.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is I've been to
Termina, we're
Gryffindor in
going.
Austin.
We're
Yeah.
going.
Okay, we're going.
Come on.
I'm so glad that you guys went out of your way to meet the community organizers of the process.
Okay, so I've decided I was wrong. I do think there are innocent people in in Avernus.
Yeah, that was surprisingly nice in
Community
comparison to what we just.
organizers.
That was so nice.
That was
I guess
beautiful.
even some people want hell to be a little bit better.
Uh, EV3 makes like a noise as it strains under the weight of all the things that have been purchased at the community store.
Right.
Oh my god! Please let me put some of those in the bag of holding. Oh my god! How many pillows did you get?
They're just like slowly falling over.
They followed all the way over, but it's fine because it's all pillows.
Yeah, because it's all pillows. Exactly.
Which weighs more, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of pillows?
All right. And with that, what would you all like to do?
We gotta take this shit back to the war machine.
Yeah. A kilogram of steel because of what you did to that poor EV3.
Okay, so was it? It was aisle 3, space 12.
Oh
Hold on. Let
shit!
me double.
Well, no,
It
I
was.
told you
It
to
was
write it down on a
by.
piece of paper.
I did write it down on a piece of paper. It's just that burned. Just 1 second. I have it. I have to find the paper. Is the thing. I have to read it before it
I
burns up.
told you. Oh my god. This nobody fucking listens to me in this party.
We should
I'm
have bought a fucking
sorry.
notebook at the community center.
Oh
We should
my
have bought
god.
it.
We
Oh,
should
if
have
I
bought
would have like. Yeah, we should. Oh, that was a really smart idea. War
how
machine.
how is every single does anybody even remember
We
what it
parked
was
by the
like?
lava fountain. We parked by the lava fountain. That's what I have
Okay,
written
okay.
down.
But there's two, Marty. There's two.
What? No one mentioned that there was two.
I'm literally looking at a lava fountain right now that is entirely surrounded by personal war machines.
That is not where we. That is not the
It
same.
has to have been the left side, the left word fountain, because I didn't even know the right word
Well,
fountain existed.
But no, but if is it your left or the left it was when we walked in?
The left it was when we walked in.
Okay, but you're just on the other left.
Oh my god. Here, Marty will like take out the like the little Claude's crystal ball and like the Claude's hand that's on her thing and just sort of like look at it and like peer into the hellscape and see where her car is.
Okay. As you do so, you hear a very distant beep beep.
Oh, fuck. Did y'all hear that? It came from over there.
Oh god, I
There's like a gaggle walking across a sprawling parking lot.
I just saw the insides of my skin. That was oh god. That was not worth it. Yes, exactly where I said it was. Oh my god. That was
It was by a fountain, and it was the one to the left from when we were walking out. So there you go.
okay. Do we still have our whatchamacallit? What's the thing that people keep on stealing nowadays?
The radio.
Yeah, do we
Brakes.
still have our do we still have our radio? Do we still have the like altimeter or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Yes, everything seems to be in order and intact. The visitors to the Citadel seem to be not vagabonds, apparently.
Yeah.
Now that we're here, Marty, Martha, Rose, Turnig,
Yeah.
how are you getting us out? Because right now, both war machines are vertical. Oh, sorry, horizontal. Did one of them dent us? I swear
No,
to God, as I was
One of them
climbing
didn't
up,
dent us, but one of them is parked at a 45-degree angle.
Okay,
Yeah.
I swear to God, as I was climbing up, I saw somebody else's dingy ass, cheap ass, War Machine ass, Ferrari fucking red paint across our War Machine.
I
Well,
mean,
in
it's a
that
war
case, it would
machine.
be
It's
on
probably
them
enhanced.
because we're wooden, so they keyed
Well,
themselves.
no, we're metal. We're metal.
But we have so much
Either
wood.
no, we would be burning quite literally if we were made of wood.
Oh
Um,
shit, what are we made out of? Because if
Metal.
it's made out of metal, we're boiling alive.
It's enchanted summit.
What
Yeah.
what material is it?
It is both metal and, for those skilled in nature, a wood type thing that you would not be able to recognize. Um,
Like a
Like I said,
petrified wood kind of situation.
it's
yeah.
enchanted summit, so it's not going to burn, even if it was there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. But and yes, I can get us out, Jeremina. I took a course. It's been a while since I've had had my carriage permit, and I never got renewed. But I can probably get us out of here.
Okay, Marty, have you ever like parallel parked a carriage before? I just want to ask.
Mm, I mean, when I was doing my like drive times, yeah. Um, but I can get us out of here. It's fine.
Okay, okay.
Kim already attempts to get us out of here.
Oh no.
Certainly,
Are
you
we
can
going to
make
accrue damage fines?
you can make
All I can
uh,
say.
a check using your dexterity, or if you have proficiency in land vehicles, you can make the check at advantage.
Cool. She does not have proficiency in land vehicles.
That's why her permit
She is,
expired, I would imagine.
yeah. She has that would be an 11, chief.
Okay. So you put the war machine into reverse, and admittedly, it is difficult to get it to reverse, and then you have to stand sort of at the prow where the wheel is, and turn the wheel fast enough to be able to swing it out of the. You scratch the war machine next to you as you back out.
That's the one
Sorry.
that was parked at the 45-degree angle. It's fine. He was the asshole in this situation.
Okay, let me go check the damage. I'll be right back.
Just gonna
Don't
leave a
leave.
note.
Well, we don't have insurance,
Just
so
gently, you can just gently prestidigitate the scratch away.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can mend it real quick. It's fine.
Jeremy's going to like fly out and just like basically hide the scratch they did, um, to the best of her ability. Then come back and say, no scratch, no scratch at all.
No
There's
scratch?
there's no scratch.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good. Get out.
Yeah, let's
Get
go.
out.
Let's go.
I'm going.
Let's
I'm
go.
going. I'm going. I'm going. Jeez.
I swear to God, if that horn devil walking over here is the one
The
who's
owner of the Toyota Prius.
Hey, who scratched my shit? Who's this?
I don't know, dude. It was here when we got. It was there when we
It
got
was like that
here.
when we got here.
Right.
Yeah, we literally just got here like 2 minutes ago.
Never
We're
mind
just
the Ferrari red paint along the back left side of our worship.
All right, you guys make your way out towards the Avernian wastes, and are eventually met with a parking meter.
mm,
Oh,
oh
uh,
shitting duck. Fuck me. Fuck this. Fuck.
no, wait.
Ask, asking for a single soul chit to pay your parking fee.
that's
Oh,
not true.
that's
Well,
that's
actually,
nothing.
well, I mean, the half a stay in the hotel room. That's pretty expensive, actually. But we
We have
whatever.
it, so
We have it. Marty will go ahead and mark off a soul chip, and
Right?
we'll feed it into the parking meter.
Thank you for visiting the Citadel. And the door is open to you as the doors to the Citadel swing open after you've paid your parking fee, and the Avernian wastes lay before you. What would you like to do?
We still have to
To
take a
the
nap.
we could. Oh shit! Yeah, we can.
We can just like park in the bone brambles, right?
Yeah, we can just like set up a little spot. I'm sure, and or
I mean, we're already
well,
left, so
I think it
we
would
might
be.
as well go over to the bone brambles and try and set up a spot to stay for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably best.
How's your knee, Mark?
Ow!
He hit his
So
knee on his
so my
desk.
new desk has a stand where I put the tower, and there's a bar that's right here, and I turned a little bit, and my knee has bounced. This is the second time since fucking Thursday I've bounced my knee off of this bitch.
All
Ugh.
right, so you guys' intent is to go to the bone brambles.
Yes.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
good news is you will spend no resources and no time really to get there because the bone brambles share a hex, so to speak, with the bronze citadel. The bone brambles running up alongside one of the peaks of the bone brambles, and likely one of the reasons why the citadel is in the place that it is. Can somebody roll me a d4?
Yes, sir. That's a 1, Chief.
That is a 1. Okay, let me. Okay. All right. Marty, as you've departed the citadel and are um, concerned about the nature of your parking job, the radio next to you jumps to life,
Oh god.
and from it you hear 466965 466965 466965. And it repeats a few times and eventually peters off.
466965, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. That is. Where is it? 466965. That is a continuation of the last time we heard this.
Yes, and I don't have the numbers available to me, but
No,
we did
it
hear
was
numbers.
4669 last time, so
Oh
now it's
yeah,
four six six
4669.
five 466965. I don't know what that is. I want to know.
Desperately.
Hmm. Oh, we should have
My
asked
bet
everyone.
is lotto numbers.
Honestly, if somebody plays these numbers as a lotto number and they win, I'm
I want
contractually
royalties.
yeah, I'm contractually obligated to receive royalties from that lotto winning. I just want that to be.
If I ever win the lottery, y'all are gonna have a big chunk anyway. So
All right. Um that message aside, the trip to the Bone Brambles is quite quick, especially with the level of acceleration that the War Machine has. The Bone Brambles are essentially a forest that looks like a root system turned upwards, except that those roots are made of hard bone, sort of twisted in on itself. And they also throw an unnatural shade. Despite lacking leaves or anything of that nature, it does lend itself to being a forest. And each one of these twisted, gnarled bone roots sort of casts a shadow wider than you would expect it to based off the light coming down from the sky.
Hmm.
Marty, as the war machine pulls into the bone brambles, you need to slow the machine to a crawl to ensure that the machine is able to navigate around the larger bone brambles, and also give an adequate time for the machine to crush smaller ones under its treads. Um, and eventually, actually, everybody make a perception check.
Probably. Perception.
13.
Goodly. That would be a 11 for me. This is your unlucky number today.
Right?
I would like to announce that I have gotten a nat 20.
Oh, whoop.
Thank you, thank you.
24.
1 second, let me check my modifier.
Poor.
1 moment. My beautiful modifier of 0. So that's going to be 20 for me.
All right, so Olin, with a 24, as the war machine is navigating its way through the sort of opening to the bone brambles that you all had selected, um, and it's moving at a very slow clip. You see through the artificially created shade by whatever magical means it is that casts this area in darkness, a figure. And that figure appears to be sort of hunched over and walking with a bit of a limp. And you see in one hand it has a long set of a long tool of some kind, and it's walking up to the very bone brambles themselves, the things that this place is named for, and sort of snaps this tool at the bone bramble. And once it's satisfied with whatever it is it's seeking, it clamps that tool down and sort of brings it back and presumably puts whatever it is it's captured inside of a receptacle of some nature, and then will begin hobbling towards its next target. It doesn't appear to pay you much mind. It seems to just be going about its tasks.
Olin will just be watching him, and as we slowly go by, he'll basically like move from like porthole to porthole just to make sure that there's no challenge, and if anybody notices the fixation, that's fine.
Okay.
But he'll legitimately like leave the room, open a door, walk into it, walk out, go back, basically going to the back of the war machine.
Marty is
Okay,
up
so
top.
I
with
guess-
the-
Sorry, go on.
No, that was it. Basically, she doesn't notice that Olin's doing this because of that reason.
Okay, well, Olin, buddy, if you didn't like the upholstery, you could have said so.
He'll still be looking out and go, what do you mean?
I just asked you if you liked the upholstery samples.
No, I like it. The roses and everything is great. Still looking out.
Well, and is there something wrong?
There is a thing seeming to be hunting things in the bramble.
How do you mean hunting?
Come here.
Okay. Siobhan goes to look.
Owen will point it out.
Okay.
It looks at something, reaches just like he's doing now, and puts it away.
Well, this might be gathering materials.
Yeah,
Might be all.
possibly, but I'm still watching to make sure.
So, couple things to note. The first thing that you note is whatever it's manipulating with that tool, you can't see it. it is like snapping at the air with this tool, and then placing it into its receptacle. It doesn't appear to be grabbing, touching, or manipulating anything that you can see.
But Olin can see it's grabbing something, and in the way he's acting, something he got something.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Olin's just gonna watch after he told Siobhan and basically, detailed what was happening.
Interesting. Do you want to get their attention?
I don't see why. It looks like they're doing their own thing. I'm just making sure we don't become whatever it's doing.
I
Well,
mean,
that might be the person we're looking for.
Did we get the description of who we're looking for?
I know.
uh,
that
is
a
the
hag.
person particularly hag looking?
Uh, from this, I have no doubt Jock tried to help Olin learn things by just definition of a hag. Does it look like anything in a kid's story?
Yeah, it definitely throws like bog witch vibes.
It it kind of looks like the witch that got the kids the candy in the house. It looks like one of those, if that's what you're wondering.
Well, that's for sure a hag.
Okay, so we got to talk to her, right?
As you all are having this conversation and observing this individual going about their business, you see another one appear.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Wielding the same tool, the same receptacle, slightly visually different things in their hair, sort of a different facial structure. They stop, they talk a bit, motioning at the bone brambles, and eventually depart each other and go about their business, both doing the same repeating task that you all have seen before.
Hags usually live with like one or two other people, don't they? They come as like a package deal.
The one Jock read to me was just one.
Or like they don't have to because they like don't like each other very much, but I think that they can come in. So they do travel in packs.
But is this what we're looking for? Shouldn't we get Marty to stop?
Marty, pump the brakes.
Oh, yeah, sure. Is everything okay? Murray will slow down the thing to a stop.
Do you want to back me up as we go approach them, Olin?
Olin will take out his daggers.
Just don't walk in daggers blazing. Just keep in like your pocket or something.
I'll be standing right behind you.
Of course. Okay. Siobhan's gonna do a nice little hop off.
Okay.
Olin will jump
Yeah.
off too. He'll
Down the
put
side of she.
he'll put his arms behind his back and in a casual motion, but he'll have his daggers right on his hands.
God fucking damn it.
Uh-oh.
No, hold on. This is important. Son of a biche.
Meesh.
Okay. I opened my notes and the first thing I see is Levistus is Canadian.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Ain't no lie about that, mate.
So, why was that vaguely stereotypical Mexican? Sorry, let's continue.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what I heard too.
So, Siobhan's gonna walk over to where the hags are, and she's gonna ask, pardon me,
Yes.
do any of you happen to know, the location of a Mad Maggie?
Well, of course, you've come to her very place of work. Yes?
Um, excuse me. We have a I wouldn't call it a mission, but we have a request from Mordekainen.
I
If
see.
she would be so willing to hear us out.
If you would like to see the Lady of the Brambles, I can take you to her.
So what's your name?
Oh, my name is Collector 1346.
And what are you collecting exactly?
Oh, she'll put her hand up and sort of manipulate the space around the sort of core trunk of one of the brambles near her. And Olin, and only Olin,
Ah, shit.
as her fingers sort of run in this area, you see like little contrails come off of her fingers, and she'll just say, "Oh, just just the business of the Lady of the Brambles."
Does he recognize it at all, or have a inkling of anything?
Make an Arcana check.
Fuck! Arcana -1, baby. Let's
You
go.
got this. It's real high. I believe in you.
An 8.
An 8.
Makes
No,
sense.
you don't.
Um.
You just assume everybody sees the same thing.
Okay, I'll just.
I I'm assuming Siobhan just sees her waving her hand
Yeah,
dramatically in front of some things. Just,
In.
So when
Go ahead.
meeting her, should we call her, refer to her as Lady of the Brambles, or would doing otherwise be a sign of disrespect, or?
The lady doesn't care what you call her. She only cares for the brambles themselves. I'm sure you could call her, within reason, anything you'd like.
Okay. Oh, so what should we avoid doing to the Brambles in order to not anger Our Lady of the Brambles?
Oh, I don't think that there's anything you should avoid. Um, the the many warlords have passed through with their machines. They've crushed the brambles, destroyed the brambles, but the brambles aren't going anywhere because without the brambles there would be no Avernus.
Are you able to explain that, or should we ask the lady directly?
I think you should ask the lady. I wouldn't want to tell you anything in your band. Guess you
Oh,
would want
yes.
me to tell.
All right. If you don't mind, would you mind letting us go back and regroup with our party?
Certainly, I have business I have to attend to. And she looks down at a very wonky timepiece and is like, I'm very behind schedule now. And she'll like take her tool and start like snapping it at the area where she had run her hand and eventually like stops and drags it back to what looks to be like a bag on her hip. Um and Olin, as she does this, you sort of see her snapping at the area where those contrails had been created. And when she snaps down, you see sort of a big like poof of sort of like smoky contrailness, and then sort of disappears inside the bag, and you see nothing more.
What do you call that?
Called what?
What you just grabbed?
What she just grabs.
Oh, my dear, the the brambles. You do not. You should have Mad Maggie explain to you the brambles if you have questions.
No, it is fine. I'm just wondering what you grabbed onto.
Hmm, curious question. As a collector, it's not my place to answer.
Can I insight
Come on.
why she doesn't want to answer that question? Like
Yeah,
if
sure,
she's
go ahead.
like if she's scared or she's getting suspicious. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. No, go ahead. Roll an insight check.
I rolled a 4, which makes it an 11.
You get the sense that this creature, person, facade you're interacting with has a bunch of pre-canned script, and it can't go off of it.
Okay.
Like
Programmed.
yeah, she's intelligent up to a point,
Okay.
but what you are asking is past the point that she's able to interact with.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And Siobhan's like unnerved enough that she's like, you know, oh, let's just go. Actually, we should probably like regroup with the others and then ask this lovely person to lead us to where we need to go.
Sounds good. Owen will subtly like stash the knives in his back, like the back of his pants, so it doesn't look like he was holding them as they turn around.
Okay, fair enough.
We head back and inform the group of our findings.
All right, she pays you no more mind. The second you disengage with her, she just like goes right back to what she was doing.
They're crazy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
They claim to be collecting something, but I didn't see a damn thing. She just waved her hands through the air.
Did you not?
No. She
You-
just had that like faraway look in her
You
eyes.
didn't-
As she waved her hands.
You
through the
didn't
air
see
far too
the
enthusiastically.
you didn't see the poof when he captured it? I'm
You
serious.
okay, Owen?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Did you not see it?
No.
Owen has some weird stuff going on. Maybe it's this is like a soul thing?
I don't. I don't know what the soul looks like.
They did say that without the brambles there would be no Avernus. So however they did say that that was a question best left for the lady of the brambles.
Yeah, she seems. That one seems to not know past what it was been told. At least that's what it seemed to me. So, questioning them further will only get us nothing. So let's go find the lady.
The creature said that they'd lead us to her, or at least give us like point us the direction to go. But we wanted to make sure we came back and informed you guys before we went anywhere.
I appreciate that.
Do we want to see how far it is and maybe take the machine or walk? Do you want to see what options we have?
If we can take the war machine, I think that's probably the best idea. But if it gets any more dense in this, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it squeeze through without causing some big damage.
We
Yeah, and
could.
it is requested we respect the brambles.
We
Yeah.
could find a place to put it and hold on to it for now.
Yeah, didn't we want to take a rest anyways? Maybe we can ask if there's a safe place to rest for the night.
Yeah, we could see. Maybe
We
it.
can do
Or
that, yeah.
like sub camp, yeah.
Okay. Did you want to go back, Siobhan?
Yeah, we can do that. Do you guys would you guys actually want to come with us for this one?
Yeah, sure.
I'd feel a bit better about it.
Yeah, baby, we'll come along with you.
Awesome.
EV3, can you watch the war machine?
Well done, soldier.
When they
And
get
we walk.
yeah, when we get back out, Owen's gonna be in the back holding his knives again.
Pardon me, collector. 1073.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes. How can I help you?
We were hoping for one of two things. One, that you could let us know where a nice, safe spot to rest for the time being would be, and if you'd be able to lead us to Our Lady of the Brambles.
Oh, well, you're always safe inside the Bone Brambles. This place is of utmost importance to Bel himself. You can make camp wherever you'd like, unless you have ill intentions.
Oh, no, 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 not at all.
Oh, but yes, I can bring you to the Lady of the Brambles. She very much likes visitors.
That sounds good. Um, do is it far enough away where we should take the machine, or is it close?
It's not far. As a as, as a close collector, I'm trusted with being able to be near to the Lady of the Brambles. I can show you the way. It is within what she allows of me.
Okay.
Will our
Lovely.
machine be safe here?
Yes, the brambles are protected. They are the lifeblood of Avernus's economy.
Okay,
Mm.
Olin, I understand what you might have been saying.
And what is that?
They might be collecting souls for the coins. You know, soul coins, soul
No,
chits.
I understand.
Yeah.
Owen's gonna have a slight distaste face on him, but that's it.
Um, is this your usual route out here?
Oh, yes, all the collectors have a fixed route.
Okay, then we're gonna take a small rest, and we'll meet back with you in a bit.
Wonderful. And she instantaneously grabs a tool and begins just continuing along her way.
Literal NPC dialogue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Straight up. I'm sorry,
Uh,
I don't have the capacity to answer that question. Please ask another one.
long rest time, please.
Okay. So you guys are making camp and
Mhm.
taking a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Inside of the war machine, inside the bone
Yes.
brambles, making camp, the whole deal. Go ahead and everybody take the benefits of a long rest,
Yes.
Hey.
and
Oh,
somebody roll
can
me a
I
d4.
can I describe the boat?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll roll the d4.
Okay. Um, grandma upholstery everywhere. I think Jermina's like taken down like doors. Like if there are any doors on a hinge, she's taken them down and replaced them with curtains. Um, she set up like a big huge curtain to separate the engine from Marty's living quarters, and everyone was given specialized pillows um that do have like their names or initials embroidered on them. Um and I do think Olin got the best pillow. I don't know in
No.
what capacity
Mm.
Olin got the best pillow, if it's the best quality pillow, if it's the best embroidered pillow, but he got the best pillow. Um and I mean it smells like mothballs.
Oh
There's
God.
rugs everywhere. And I think the rugs are nailed to the floor. Jeremina did not understand how to make things like non-slip like you would on a boat or a submarine, so she just opted for nailing. The chairs do not move, and the chairs also have cushions that are just more grandma stuff. And I think there's some stuff where like the fabric ran out, but there was still some cushion that was Jeremina like embroidering the rest of the pattern.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Oh, and everyone has their own special utensil and plate set. So everyone has their own plate, their own utensils, and their
Well,
own cup.
now I gotta search for a fucking plate set.
Yeah,
Do be
oh my
like
god.
that. All right. Um, what does the guard rotation look like this evening?
Jeremina
Sh-
takes first watch.
Siobhan will take second.
Mario will take third.
Olin bringing up the end.
Okay. Each of you over the course of your watch see a creature individual that looks very similar to the one you interacted with walking through the forest, snapping a very similar tool at the edges of the bone brambles, and carrying on with their day. Siobhan, while you are on while you are on watch, the tower next to the wheel crackles to life. Um, there is a long, extended static that comes from it, um, and a message is relayed. 877 war machines for kids.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I
877
hate
war
you so
machines for kids.
much.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
1877 cars for
The
kids.
kids.
Donate
Your
your
car
cars
today.
Donate your war
today.
machine today. And then it crackles out.
I hate you so much. Once WAF went under, I never heard that shit again.
I hear this. I hear it all the time around Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was there was a radio station here that was a rock radio station that went under, and they played that fucking tune all the time. And then they obviously like lost their license or whatever. They got sold to a Christian rock thing. And I'm like,
Alright,
thank
fine,
God it's
WAF.
gone.
Okay.
Fuck.
With that, nothing else of incidents happens. You all witnessed figures similar to the one you interacted with in and around the area of the war machine, engaging in their whatever their collecting task is. Siobhan, you heard that very upsetting radio broadcast, and we are to the next day, and you all get the benefits of a long rest.
Two questions. One, well, did it last like 5 minutes? Even like this fight, like
Oh,
for an like extended period. And then two, could Marty have worked on fixing up the pocket watch?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I would say that you've got many different samples from many different creators, so I wouldn't even have you make a roll quite yet. But I will say that I've acknowledged that you're working on it, and perhaps next rest you'll be able to make a roll for that.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
You could find like what time date one maybe. It's like,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's like, whoa! It's got a wheel that goes to 30 on it. Wow.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Otherwise,
Right.
I have to set mine.
It is the next day, notionally, in time and space. What would y'all like to do?
We approach Collector 1073.
Hello.
Hey,
Um,
moment.
Hail and Wilmot. Would you
I-
mind taking us to see the Lady of the Brambles?
You watch her as she sort of has her tool tucked between her hands, and then you watch her eyes just like whoomp back into her head, and then she's like blink. Oh yes, of course. Please follow me. And
What
she'll
the
just start
fuck was
walking.
that?
As they start walking, Olin is going to like watch the brambles and see if like more of them start appearing, or like if this is a trap.
Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So as you look out over the brambles, you do see other figures similar to the one you are following. They're all a little bit different, but also similar enough that it's uncanny. And as you look out over the brambles, you occasionally see wisps floating, probably just about no further than 24 inches from the like core brambles themselves, like the actual like bone like roots that make up this strange inverted forest.
Like I can see the wisps.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like the Kapor like the rift of the like space or whatever. I'm actually seeing something now.
Yeah. You can see just like sort of these little like I mean, to put it into Pokemon terms, they look like ghastlies.
Thank
Like
you.
like little dots with like smoke coming off of them,
Perfect.
appearing in the mists. They'll shoot across and just sort of wink out, and then occasionally you'll see one of the collectors sort of see one, take the tool, and snap it out of the air and tuck it into the bag.
As we're walking, obviously Owen's gonna keep an eye on things, but he's also gonna see if he can catch a wisp really close before it like dashes off, just to get a better look at it.
Okay. I would say that would be difficult. They do appear very randomly.
Of course.
But given your perception score, I would say that you could probably get pretty close. What are you hoping to garner?
Any type of information, especially if this is something like Natasha and Eula, he sees it and now he realizes that he's the only one that sees it out of this group.
Yeah.
So he wants to know what else he can know of it. Like if it's something in his like, amnesia, but behind his amnesia wall, if there's something that'll pull itself out, like how he has those two, but he doesn't know how he has them.
Yeah, no. So you're able to get pretty close to one of them. They don't speak. They don't provide any feedback. They just sort of exist. They just sort of are, and they will appear, exist, and peter out, whether they're grabbed by the collectors or not.
Okay.
So they're not quite like Eula in the way that you can't feel them, you can't hear them, you can just see them.
Okay. We'll keep going.
Okay. Eventually, you all make your way to a central clearing. And in this central clearing, you see a large number of these collectors, these figures that you have seen throughout the night, these figures that you have interacted with. They're all dressed very similarly. They all have the same accoutrement that you've seen on the collectors that you've engaged with, watched over the course of the night, etc. And then sitting in the middle of this clearing, behind a large desk, is a bigger version of these collectors. And around her neck is fastened a great cape, and attached to that cape is a cascade of red mushrooms. And she is writing in a great book and is taking the receptacles from the collectors, opening them up, counting, and marking things in her book, tying it tight, and placing that receptacle into her own bag. And the collector that you all engaged with, who had the eyes roll back, will say, "Lady of the Brambles, you have people here to speak with you." And she'll like there's a quiet that falls across the opening as she perks up, and as too does fall all of the collectors. There is just a general like thwomp that hits the area. And she will look over at all of you and say, "Oh, wonderful. It has been quite some time since I've had guests." And then you'll see her sort of engage in the same, like, eyes rolling back. And she'll say, "Go, collect." And all of the similarly dressed figures that you've engaged with will stop and turn around and go out to the bone brambles on this order. And after that, she'll shake herself off, shut her book, and say, please approach." And as she like shifts herself, now that the collectors are gone, you see like these little heads popping out sort of around the base of her cloak. They're like these teeny tiny little mushroom people with like little red heads, and they're all just generally carrying an object. Whether it's actually useful or not is varied.
Hello.
Holy shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Hello, ma'am. We are sent from Mordenkainen to discuss a piece of his what's it called? Order.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. Well, I've certainly got it. He's been quick to ask several times, but never really wants to discuss. And I'd be happy to discuss with all of you. And she'll just sort of like hold her hands together and pull them apart and then hold them like this. And in her hands materializes what you, Marty, would realize is some sort of mechanical arm.
Hmm.
And it's brass. It matches the floating orb in Mordenkainen's um, in Mordenkainen's tower, and she'll say, "What is it you're interested in doing to get it?"
Tell her we're not above murder.
She can hear you.
I don't think it's wise for me to talk to her directly. I will
Mike,
be. Go on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm sorry.
my compatriot says that we are not above murder.
Well, I'm sure you're not. Most people in Avernus aren't. But the reality is, if I needed someone murdered, I could have my collectors, and there's just like heads popping out from the brambles, being like, "Lady, lady,
Oh.
lady, 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 lady,"
Hate it.
The
Hate
the
it.
visual on this is horrifying.
Hate it. Fucking
and
Elden Ring
and
villains.
and she's like, "I could certainly have it done."
What do
No.
you require?
Well,
Marty, don't ask it like that.
What else?
well,
What
Mordenkainen
happened?
himself is weak, recovering from his hmm, failures, we would say. So I have a ritual I'd like to do to get a bit more, a few more of my collectors.
Ugh.
Um, and she'll say, "If you're interested, we could discuss that, and perhaps a trade."
Let us discuss it for a second.
Certainly, certainly, certainly. And ladies, ladies. To work, to work.
Um, Jeremina will gather them in a circle and cover them with her wings. And she'll go, "Alright, okay, I know I'm the only one about to say this. I'd go for it.
No, yeah, 100%.
Like, I'd hit it.
I knew
Yeah.
exactly what she was saying.
Yep, there we go.
No, yeah, I can see it. It's like one of those like creepy but like marking out as scary and horny
I
kind of
think
things.
if she can command,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that part.
yeah, I was.
We discussed exactly what we're supposed to do with this ritual.
That's what I was waiting for.
So,
Oh,
I mean, she totally makes the collectors out of, like, people, right?
And those little,
maybe.
like, the people and the little mushrooms, souls and little mushrooms that she has.
Right. Right.
Mm. So then, why does she need us to make more though?
For us. Like, like, us. Like, out of them.
For the magic, don't you need like components or something?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I'm,
do.
and I'm
You can
saying
ask
to her,
her what
She
kind of
might need us to
ritual she
capture some
requires.
people.
Yeah, she might just have
so, okay, so we need to ask her what the ritual looks like, what the ritual requires. Maybe
Mm,
then.
But what if she's the
maybe.
okay? We can ask her that, but she might be the kind to be like, "Oh, we will want you to have the contract in place first before I start telling you shite."
I don't know. I feel like she's been pretty nice.
Mm.
We've known her for 5 minutes.
Oh
And you've
my
already said
God.
you want to sleep with her, so you can't really say
Okay,
she's that
I
nice.
one,
don't. Yeah, I
one,
don't think you're the
what?
best
No, 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 no,
judgment
no, no,
on
no, no,
here.
no, no. I get to defend myself here. One, when have I ever trusted anybody I've ever slept with?
Jacques.
That is, in
Sure.
fact, an immediate disqualifier from people we should trust. Give myself a bone. I know how to pick 'em badly. Damn.
You
Gotta, gotta.
trusted Jacques?
So did you.
I didn't sleep with him.
You didn't?
I'll admit I was kind of asking myself the same thing, Marty. Glad you said it out loud. I was kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I really thought you guys had like some sort of like something going on. It was really hard to tell. Like
That kind of
everyone.
power imbalance seems kind of sickening. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it's yeah.
Anyways,
Nothing
would we
about
like to talk about
as
this?
we discussed, Marty, Jeremy has slept with him, so we know that he's not a great person.
Thank you. Thank you. Jeez, I gotta fight my own battles out here. Damn.
So,
Anyways,
no, wait. In that case, you're saying that since you want to sleep with her so bad, we shouldn't trust her.
uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm saying she does. I'm not. I feel like she conducts business a different way.
Oh
She
my
feels
god.
different from the devils in the Citadel.
But she's a hag. She plays the slow game.
Yeah.
And you have
Well,
experience with hags?
Yes.
insight check.
Go ahead.
Because, like, I feel like you're just trying to make a point here. But also, if you are, that's very interesting. Insight. Oof. 14.
Not directly.
Okay, interesting.
Shit. I'm sorry. I know.
Fine, you might have more experience than the rest of us. But, like, what else are we supposed to do? Like, we need to get this thing, and I don't think she's just gonna take, like, I don't think
Well,
she's, gonna take soul chits for it.
yeah, and if she puts a contract in front of us, then I mean, we don't have to sign it.
Yeah, we can read it first.
And then sign it because we need this part.
Yeah.
Well, first let's ask her. what the ritual involves, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. Okay, so that sounds like that's their plan. Ask her more about it.
Okay, we all look sexy. We all look beautiful. We're all ready to take on this hag. Nobody speaks except Siobhan.
Yeah,
Why?
sorry.
And Olin. I can't really imagine. I feel like even if Olin fucked up, I feel like the hag would be like, "Oh, you get an extra."
He does have
That
like
one
a
was
little
a
bit. He does
freebie.
have a little bit of puppy dog energy about him. If
He
I'm
was
that much.
really.
It's
I
the born
feel like
yesterday.
I couldn't. If I was a hag and Olin was like, "I'll trade you my soul," I'd be like, "Nah, keep it. This one's on the house." I'm
It's like
sorry. I lost.
like
I,
a diner
Right.
waitress with a slice of pie.
okay, break.
Let's
We
go.
all look sexy. Break.
Break.
Lady of the Bone Brambles, we have one question for you before we agree to anything.
Oh, yes. What is
What
that?
exactly does this ritual entail?
Oh, you've run across my collectors. Um, warlords, warbands, all different manner of troublesome entities on Avernus. End them, and they are not easy to replace. The more of them I have, the more I can serve the contracts that I have to pay out to Bell. So the ritual creates more of them in my service, and the ritual requires the blood of a Avernian entity that is as powerful or more powerful than a pit fiend.
Okay.
More powerful than a pit fiend.
Have we dealt with Pit Fiend before?
No,
I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so. Yeah.
I don't remember. Can you ask what a pit fiend looks like?
What is a Pit Fiend? What do they look like? I don't think we've run into one yet.
Oh well, he pit fiend. It's a greater devil. Would it's humorous that you're asking. I think that they would have about the toughness of about 10 of one of you, and they're twice the size.
Can you
Yeah. Yes.
can you ask her if there's a time limit?
Is there a time limit?
Of course not. I need to replenish my collectors as often as possible.
I mean, I'd say
Where's
we accept it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm killing myself. I'm sorry.
where's the best place to find a Pit Fiend?
Oh.
In the pits, I assume.
But which pits?
You see like a smile curl across her face,
Oh,
Oh boy.
and she says, I
That's
don't
not the
know if
situation.
there's a best place to find one, given their power. They're all over the battlefields of Ernest. If you were to be interested in breaking me a pit fiend's blood, or even something powerful, you could be as lucky as to find one simply festering in a pile after a battle, or you could seek out someone with ready access.
how much Peptine
Who's the
blood
one
we
with
need.
ready access? Do you know anybody?
I know too.
Yep, thought so.
They're very hard to dissuade because one is a zealot and the other private. I don't know if private is right. Maddened. Maddened.
One of them might be your mum.
Yeah, mom. Let
Yeah.
me
Your
let me check.
mum.
Let me check my
Your
references
mum.
real
One of them
fast
might
here.
be
How do
your
you
mum, Jermina.
Oh, my mom. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Zealot, yeah.
yeah, mom.
I was thinking the
Um,
imagined one. The private imagined.
If it's my mommy, I mean that's easy, right? I go up, "Hi, mommy. We never talk. He took my soul. Can we please get a dead pit fiend?" And then she'll be like, "Who the fuck are you? What the fuck
Get
are
out of
you
my
doing
house.
here? Get out of my house. I don't know you."
I have a real family.
Damn.
Right, yeah, yeah. She'll probably hit
oof,
me with that
oof.
real family shit and
It,
All right. Sorry, I'm
it,
just looking up the name of one of these individuals.
mhm. We should we should ask how much blood we need, because
How
do we
much
can we get away with like a small pet fiend, or like get
do you
like
need like the
like a
entire
donation?
thing exsanguinated? Like the size like barrels or
Oh, just a drop. Just a drop does fine.
we should definitely make sure to get more than a drop though, in case we gotta come back.
and if she needs like to replenish constantly, she's gonna need more than a drop.
Right. I mean,
Well,
it's also just
do we
good.
also do we want to just give her an army,
Give her what?
An
like an
army of
army?
collectors?
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
What did the strength score look like on these bad boys?
like
I don't see
not
why this is a problem for us. They're just collecting souls.
yeah,
I feel like she
but
gets more like not necessarily
Ah,
pleasure, but more like accomplishment out of doing collection work.
yeah,
I really
And
I
she's
have
got a
no.
pretty solid. She's got a pretty solid spot if she's creating the literal money that Bill is using to like run
So
hell.
she will um place her hands together and say, "The two places I know and the two places I have courted to get the blood for the ritual to create more collectors. There's two people. One is Kastesushi,
just
a former demon lord who's been chained somewhere in Avernus. I've heard tell. His blood would be sufficient, though only once. And then there's the one I tried to bargain with previously, but his attention was caught elsewhere. He wears a vial of it around his neck.
I think one of Smiling to fire would be.
No. Smiler is. He was a good warlord when he was a good warlord, and now he's a defeated warlord. And he wishes to get his station back, but I simply don't think it would happen. He visited the Grove not too long ago, and I had not much to offer him. I think he's planning a comeback, but no. I'm speaking of the champion of the Dragon Queen. I'm speaking of Archon the Cruel.
Oh
Oh shit!
shit!
He wears a vial of Tiamat's blood around his neck, and that would be more than sufficient for the ritual.
Someone call Cobalt. I want this. I want this kill.
And that is where we will leave it.
Oh god.
That's
rings
awesome.
well for us.
I can't wait.
Hey guys, I don't think we're getting Owen's memory back anytime soon.
No. Owen, how do you feel about amnesia?
Archon Cruel is gonna show up, and Jeremy's gonna be like, "I can't take him," and the party is like, "Ew, Jeremina, get that out!" And she's like, "No,
No, I can't.
that's an undead hand. We are leaving. We are going." Archon's
Oh.
gonna rock up like, "I want all of your coins. I want your
Give
Burger
me your
King
lunch money.
lunch card," and I'll be like, "Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Do you want my shoes? Here you go." Like
Alright.
he's getting. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See y'all
Thank you
next
guys
week.
for tuning in.
Bye bye.
Bye.